Hey everyone and welcome. It is Chef Jason Morris, hanging out with Colorado Beef Council. It is Friday night with beef. We're hanging out in our kitchen. I got my snazzy new beef apron on. Pretty excited about that. We are cooking beef breakfast burritos. And the cool thing about this recipe is Mother's Day is coming up. And you need to hone your skills, right? You've got to come up with some pretty cool ways to dazzle mom. And this beef breakfast burrito is absolutely it. And I'll tell you, today, we're going to walk you through this easy recipe. And the cool part, we're going to show you, too, how to, we always talk about cook once, eat twice, right? And we're going to show you today how to cook once and eat twice, because we're going to be able to cook some of this. We're going to show you how to wrap this burrito tonight. And I'm also going to show you how to handle a little bit of leftovers, which is always fun because, I want to have burritos. We're doing dinner, right? So it's breakfast for dinner tonight. And then I'm going to eat some more of these tomorrow. So dig in. Enjoy this recipe, get ready for Mother's Day, and wow mom with a fantastic burrito. While we are cooking tonight, be sure to leave your questions and comments below. We'll get those answered for you. We'll dive in and answer all your questions. We'll talk you through anything you need help with. And then today's recipe, you can go to, oh God, you're getting in on my notes, Ann. All right, today's recipe, you can go to cobeef.com. That's cobeef.com. We have a tab up top called Cooking. Click that tab. You'll be able to download all of our recipes from all of our live events. And then there's a really cool beef locator that Tammy has put together. And that beef locator is going to help get you connected to Colorado beef. So if you're looking to support local and buy local, Tammy has just the map for you. And we have our first question. My moderator is asking questions today.
So, no questions, just speaking of Tammy. Hello, Tammy and Todd.
Perfect. Hello to Tammy and Todd. We love it. Let us know in the comments section below if you have any questions, and we will get you guys all set and ready to go. Let's give you a little overview of what we're doing today. We've got a lot of cool stuff for you. We've got, let me just get in here, make sure we've got all of our questions coming up. All right. So we're going to start off with ground beef, 80-20 ground beef. Everyone always asks me, why 80-20? Why 80-20? Well, when you cook ground beef, one of the things you're going to notice is you're going to lose a little bit of that fat, right? That fat adds moisture. So when you look at the whole 20% fat, I really think 10% of that is going to wash away. So you're going to end up with a 90-10, really. And you want some of that fat in there to add moisture and to keep this good and juicy and delicious. All right. Moving right along, we're going to have a small yellow onion today. We've got a small red pepper as well. We have eggs, obviously, right? Because we're watching, or we're making breakfast burritos. A little bit of cilantro. We're going to make a cilantro lime cream. That's what we've got in the back with sour cream. Last week, someone asked me, they called me out, and they said, salsa, do you make your own? Tell you what, not doing a helpless plug, but this stuff, this stuff is fantastic. It's one of my favorites. And listen, I'm not trying to be controversial, but I like, wait, you get in close. I like pineapple in my salsa, and also, pineapple on my pizza as well. So, all right, let's double check here, see what we've got. And again, if you have questions, ask them while we are going along here, and we will get everything answered. So,
shout out to Aaron Carney and Melissa Walter who are watching, along with Luke Arnold.
Luke Arnold and Melissa. All right, come on in. Show you what we're doing here. We're going to make our lime cream first. So, a nice juicy lime. What I look for is a little bit of softness, right? Now, I'm going to roll that guy a little bit.
Now, why are you rolling it?
Rolling it so we can break up some of that lime juice, right? And get that all set and ready to go. It breaks that lime down a little bit for us. Then, we'll cut this guy in half. And you can do as much or as little lime juice as you want. Then, one of my friends showed me this cool little trick recently. I'm going to put the fork in and just start turning this, right, to break loose some of that beautiful lime juice. And look at that. Look how easy that goes. Any questions yet?
No seeds.
No seeds. And we are set. And again, we always say go as light or as heavy as you prefer. Then, a little bit of cilantro to go in there. So I'm going to roll this guy up. Chop that nice and fine. Kind of weird, right? We got kitchen shadows all of a sudden, don't we? All right. Little cilantro in there. I don't season the cream. I leave it just as it is. This is going to be a nice little finish.
Is this sour cream?
This is just sour cream, lime juice, and some fresh cilantro. It's going to be a beautiful addition to what we've got going on here. Any questions rolling in, Ann?
Nope.
Nothing?
Not
All right. So now that that is done, we're going to set that aside and just kind of let it do its thing. Let me grab a little paper towel here. So we have our pan preheated, right? We got our saute pan all set and ready to go. Now, we have 12 ounces of ground beef. Sorry, we have dogs barking apparently.
And what do we have the stove on? We've got the stove on high.
Yep, stove is on high. One of the beauties of doing it live in your house is having your dogs start barking apparently. All right, so pan is on high, right? You can hear that beautiful sizzle. We've added that ground beef in there. Now what I'm gonna do is I like to just go through here with the spatula and break this down just a little bit. It helps it cook a little bit faster.
And now, are you going to season the beef?
No, we're going to leave it alone for just a minute. What we need to get ready now is our onion and our pepper.
So what's the best way to chop an onion?
Quickly so you don't start crying. Like I always do, I will follow the curve of the onion. Get in there, man. I will follow the curve of the onion as I go around here, get that all set, and then kind of pinch it with my fingers and just kind of rock through and cut it. I like to cut them nice and fine in a burrito. I find like the finer you cut the onions, the better they kind of melt away. They don't necessarily become this huge chunk. All right, so get that all set. Get our scraps put away here. You are getting that beef a stir. Why don't you show what you've got there?
I am simultaneously working the camera and flipping the beef.
All right, so let me get in here real quick. Now, one of the reasons I said you don't want to buy too lean is, guess what? I need a little bit of this fat to help saute the onions and peppers. So again, I'm just going through here, kind of poking that around there with my spatula.
Somebody throw out a question if you have one.
All right. Carefully, a little bit of onion.
Hi, Melissa.
What's Melissa say? Hi.
Just watching.
Just watching.
Now, what are you doing over there?
So pepper time. We're going to get our red peppers ready because I want to saute the peppers and the onions really at the same time on here. So again, just cut it in half, take the seeds out. Take the white part out, and I'm cutting them into nice little sticks.
Hello, Brett Stevenson.
Turning those sticks and cutting those into nice little cubes. Again, I'm trying to keep it a little bit smaller too because, you know, we are making breakfast burritos and we're getting you ready for Mother's Day, and Mom doesn't want a huge pepper strip in her burrito. She wants a nice little piece there. So you can hear the beef sauteing in the back. We've got those onions going. We're going to leave that because we want to add these peppers to that at the same time so we can utilize that. A little bit of that beef fat we have in the pan to get us up and running. Okay, ready? Nothing, well, one on the floor.
Chef magic.
One on the floor.
It's okay, the dog will get it.
All right. So now, use a little bit of that beef fat we have in there. Get that all set and ready to go. The cool thing is, I didn't add any oil. I didn't add anything extra to this that didn't need to be in the pan. All right. So go through again. Get that done. All right, now, while it's working its magic, we have a little bit of like a chipotle pepper. We have a little bit of bayou dust, a little Cajun seasoning, and then a little bit of cumin because cumin is just so absolutely fantastic.
And how much is that when you measure it out?
So that's about a tablespoon total. And you know what? I know I sound like a broken record, but I always say it. Add as much or as little as you like. That's the beauty of cooking. If you feel it's over seasoned, you can always add a little bit less and lighten up on that seasoning a little bit. All right. Get that sauteed. And if you've noticed, I haven't adjusted the heat. We are keeping that heat on high. We want that to be absolutely high. Now, we're going to cut a little bit more cilantro. Very fine, right?
So there's a quick question before we show that.
Yeah.
How many burritos will this recipe make?
Ooh, really good question. My guess, you're probably going to get 2 or 3 out of there, depending on how big you like it. We're using 4 eggs. I usually like 2 eggs per serving. So, you know, if you want less or more, figure it that way. But I like 2 eggs a serving. Recipe says you'll get 4. And because, you know, we've obviously got a lot of beef in there. So, we crack our eggs. Be careful not to get any shell in there. All right. We grab my fork here. We're going to do a little whisking. And again, like we said, we have not adjusted the temperature on that beef, okay? So, look at this in. Eggs, a little bit of water, and a nice pinch of cilantro. Then, I'll poke all those yolks together, and now we just give this a good whisk. The purpose of the water is really to help the eggs whisk together a little bit easier. It really helps the protein in the egg white and the cholesterol in the egg yolk kind of come together and do their thing.
Now, why would you not use milk instead of water?
I like water better. I think water just, it blends better. All right, now, we're going to turn this guy off. We don't have a lot of questions and everybody's quiet. So look what I'm doing here. Watch this. I turned it off real quick, right? Just for a second. I want to cool that pan down just a tiny, tiny bit. Now, a couple ways you can do this. You can take this mixture 100% off out of the pan if you want, right? Or, like we did before in our wok cooking, we made ourselves a little well. Now that that's settled down, I'm going to bring it back on high. And I'm going to pour the eggs in the middle. We're going to let those guys do a little bit of scrambling real quick and cooking. This out of our way here. All right, now we are wiping the counter down because, as you can tell, you know what's coming up? It's burrito wrapping time. And I will tell you, I've wrapped many a burrito in my time. So, all right. Got that set and ready to go. Again, this is on high. Now, look what I'm looking for here. Yeah, see, I'm kind of giving it a stir, and I just see a little bit of egg starting to cook. So I'm just going to work my way around the edge here. Now, look at that. See, that's cooking more? So I'm just working my way around the edge, slowly bringing that egg that's cooking into the middle, and I'm slowly incorporating a little more beef when I do that. And then I'm going to break that back a little bit. And this gives you that beautiful, like, one-pot meal, right? You don't want to dirty a whole bunch of dishes, do you? And you don't want me to dirty a lot of dishes, do you?
Please, no.
Questions, anything?
We're getting a question.
All right, I like it.
I'll tell you when it comes.
It's quiet tonight. I hope everybody's doing good and having fun and hanging out. Now what I'll do is flatten that out just a little bit. We'll let that residual heat kind of work its magic. All right, tortillas today. One of my friends came by and gave me a big package of his daddy wraps. These are some Pueblo green chili tortillas.
They are big.
They are fat, huge, delicious, wonderful tortillas. So we're going to make 2 burritos tonight, right? My counter's nice and clean. It's been wiped. We are good to go. I will take a little bit of my cheese and lay my cheese on the bottom of that tortilla. All right, I dropped some for the dogs.
Hello to Chester and hello to Colin. Thanks for watching.
All right, let's go back over here.
All right, so could you add some Colorado potatoes, and if so, how would you add those?
So absolutely, Colorado potatoes would be fantastic in here. I'm going to shut this heat off real quick, you guys. Come in here real quick. I'm going to show you. This is done, right? Look at that.
Ooh.
Beautiful. I like, in burritos, I really like my eggs to be mixed in. That's the beauty of doing this method. If you take all the beef and vegetables out, scramble your eggs, you're going to get a bigger, fluffier egg. I kind of like them mixed in. Colorado potatoes. If you want to add potatoes, if you have leftover baked potatoes, chop them up and add them in here. I definitely want my potatoes to go in cooked before I start doing it. If you add them raw, it's going to take just a little bit more moisture and a little bit more time to get them done. But I would add some Colorado potatoes in that are pre-cooked, and you'll be set and ready to go.
And what about green chilies? Could you add those?
Green chilies would be fantastic. It's all based on your heat. If you want a lot of heat, add some beautiful Pueblos and you'll be set. All right, look at this. So here's our cook once, eat twice. I'm taking half this mixture out of here, and I'm going to save this for tomorrow, let's say, right? Now, leave it uncovered. That is very important. And what we do normally in our fridge is we will always take the cover and put the cover under the container. Let it sit on the counter for a little bit so it purges all of that heat into the kitchen, right? I don't want to put that in my refrigerator because I don't want all that moisture in the refrigerator stressing out the condenser in the fridge. I want to let it cool, so to speak, countertop. All right.
So what other ingredients could you use if you can't find these, or if you like something else in your burritos?
Whatever you want. That's the beauty of it. You could add whatever you wanted to this. You could put beef and sweet potatoes would be fantastic. You could do beef and chili, like a green chili, actual green chili, not the green chili vegetable. You could do a little green chili stew. You could do red chili stew. Throw some enchilada sauce in here or tomatillo sauce. All right.
So this made 2 big burritos?
This made 2 big burritos.
And that was a pound of beef?
That was 12 ounces of beef. And then look, there's our leftovers as well. All right, come on in. Let's show you the wrapping skills. All right, so your burrito is set. You got it?
Yeah, I got it.
You ready? So we're going to fold side 1 over, side 2 over. We're going to take this little flap, and we actually pull it back with the guts in there, and then roll it, and you have that gorgeous burrito.
It's like swaddling a baby.
Like swaddling. I was good at swaddling a baby. I was like perfect at that. So, and you want to do this fast too, because remember, the longer your burrito filling sits in the tortilla, it's going to weep, right? It's going to be a little bit moist. It's going to weep. You're going to have the opportunity for this to break through. But there you have it. Quick and simple. Mother's Day is coming up. It is time to show mom a beautiful breakfast burrito when she wakes up. Get the table set, take care of her, thank her for everything, and a breakfast burrito too. Now, next week you are going to want to tune in as well, because we're going to walk you through Mother's Day recipe number 2, where we're going to show you how to make a fun pizza. Pot roast and caramelized onion pizza for mom. It is amazing. When I was searching through beefitswhatsfordinner.com is where we get all these recipes. When I was searching through there, it was just... I came across that pizza and just, it's perfect. It's going to be an absolute beezer, they say, in Scotland, right? And we're going to be cooking on the uni. So we're going to show you a fun little pizza oven, and we're going to have fun there. You have a question?
We do. How can you freeze the burritos and then heat them back up?
All right. I would not. My suggestion to you guys is not freezing the burrito itself. My suggestion would be freeze the burrito filling, right? So here's the burrito we made today. We made 2 because Annie and I are going to share burritos for dinner. But I had extra breakfast burrito filling. Let this cool at room temperature, maybe 30 minutes. Cover it or put it in the freezer. Let it get 100% cold, then cover it. Because now I can take this out when I'm ready. I can pop it in the microwave. I can warm it up, fluff it with a fork. I'm good to go. And I have a nice hot filling to build my breakfast burritos with. The issue you run into, guys, if you try freezing this, you are freezing this big, huge, hot pillow of meat. And it's going to take a long time for this to cool down. It's going to take a long time for it to heat up, and your tortilla is going to suffer. So freeze the filling, not the burrito itself.
I see some cheese in the background. Do you ever put cheese or rice inside or next to the burrito?
Breakfast burritos, no, I'm kind of a purist. I love a grab and go. These are great too, you guys. You can wrap them in foil, take them on the road with you, take them to the oil field, take them out to feed cattle, do a lot of fun stuff. Take them on a bike ride, take them on a hike, take them in the car on the way to work. These travel really, really well. So, like I said, next week, tune in. We've got a great Mother's Day recipe for you next Friday. We're doing a pot roast and caramelized onion pizza, which is going to be fantastic. We'll be outside. We'll show you how to cook that. We're going to show you how to cook it on a specialized pizza oven, but we're also going to talk about how to cook it in your oven at home, on your gas grill, all that good stuff as well. I'm Chef Jason Morris. Thanks so much to the Beef Council for having us, letting us hang out with you Friday nights with beef. And a big thanks to all of our Colorado ranchers and producers who really work so hard to put that beautiful Colorado beef on your table. Again, ask your questions and leave your comments below. We're going to keep answering them until next week when we come to you live with another one. So again, have fun, happy cooking, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, have an absolute blast. We appreciated cooking with you.